All I hear adults talk about these days is how we kids need to take care of our health. And we all know what they think would be the reason for anything affecting it. Our phones. Adults feel like if it were up to us kids, we'd all die carelessly by the age of 30. Well, they're not wrong, but that doesn't justify the look they give us every time we pick up our phones, as if we're committing a sin. Since they're all skeptical about phones, naturally, they're also skeptical about video games. Hello everyone, I'm Pranjal Kulkarni, and today I'm going to be talking about the positive impacts of video games. As video games are increasing in popularity, we hear more and more people talk about how kids should not be playing video games. Society today sees video games as a disease that's spreading like wildfire, but it's not necessarily a disease. Within a limit, video games can be a good thing. Video games don't have to be an addiction. Sometimes they can be an escape when you need it most. A way of making friends, or a way of connecting with people across the world, no matter how far they are. Now, I could go on and on about the benefits of video games, how they help in the development of your problem-solving skills, improve your creativity, or improve your hand-eye coordination. But frankly, that's boring. Instead, I'd like to talk about my experience with video games and how it helped me. Ever since I was a kid, I have loved playing video games. I still remember the first console that I played a video game on. It was the PSP, the first handheld console made by PlayStation, a device that I knew that my parents weren't going to buy for me, since they thought I was too young to have a device of my own. But luckily, my friend, more like his parents, being my savior, bought it for him. I still remember going to his house all excited to finally try my first video game, wanting to check if their reputation of being fun actually is true. And I have to say, it's true. The first game that I ever played was WWE All-Stars, a game that I admit isn't really meant for kids. Since I was small, I didn't really understand the game, which is why I pushed whatever buttons I saw in front of me. And I very specifically remember losing. Badly, that too. But for some reason I was very happy that day. As a not so fat kid, I felt strong and muscular, which I wasn't, but I felt like it. And that's the beauty of video games. In a game, you can be anyone you want to. You can be a footballer if you play FIFA. If I were playing a game called Overcooked, a game about cooking, I'd feel like a chef better than the ones in MasterChef. In a game, you get the feeling that you can do anything you want to. And that's what it taught me, that in life, if I ever wanted to be anything, I could. All I needed was my parents' money. I'm kidding. It's actually the ability to dream. In 2020, the world went into lockdown. And a lockdown meant no school. And since finals were closed, it also meant no exams, which made me so happy because in all honesty, there was no way I was going to pass those exams. But a lockdown also meant no leaving our houses, or meeting our friends, or even having food from outside, which drove everyone crazy. It was like the world just stopped. The pandemic affected me the same way that it did everyone else. I felt like I was locked in a cage with my wonderful family, with no escape. And that sure pushed my buttons, which is why I decided to push buttons too, but the ones on my controller, which led to me playing video games, and suddenly I felt free. Every day I played video games for about an hour and not more, but oddly enough, that 1 hour made me become more productive and more studious and more serious about my future. Speaking about my wonderful family, in my family, I'm the younger sibling. And just like any other younger sibling, I always wanted to spend all my time with my brother and his friends, which led to me having friends older than me. Having friends older than you is great, since they're more mature than you, can teach you a lot of things, and if anything bad ever happens, you know they'll be the ones being blamed, since they're the ones who are supposed to be responsible. All of this is nice, but eventually all these friends will either head off to college or move away, which is what happened with my friends. Initially, I didn't know how to cope with this. I didn't know who to hang out with every evening or talk to every day. Even the thought of all this made me feel alone and scared. Would I lose touch once they're gone? Would we stop talking? Would we not be close anymore? Would I lose my closest friends? Since all of us love playing video games, To solve this problem, we all decided to play a game every once in a while, no matter how busy we all were, just to check up on each other and see how everyone was doing. And so we did. My friends left Pune years ago, and even today we talk, laugh, and plan things to do when all of them finally get back. Now, video games aren't just used for entertainment in today's day and age. In fact, video games have been utilized in many different fields. For all the parents watching, this one's for you. Nowadays, educational games have been developed which make learning more fun and interactive. These games include a variety of subjects such as math, science, and history. Even in the realm of health, video games have shown incredible promise in therapeutic potential. Video games, for example, in virtual reality games, have shown promise in treating post-traumatic disorders, stress disorders, and anxiety disorders. This intersection of technology and healthcare opens up new avenues for innovative solutions to mental health challenges. After telling all of you my side of the story, I would like to tell you that just like everything else, video games also have the potential to influence us positively or negatively. It's all up to us, which is why I'd like to end with a quote which is overly used by the great Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility. Thank you.